Gold medalist Paralympic athlete visited Jamestown today to share wisdom and motivation with students in the county. And campaign season is upon us. We meet several candidates of the Renew Ellicott coalition. Plus, we meet some four-legged furry friends, but these ones live on a farm.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us at Western New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, a motorcycle accident on Panama Stedman Road in the town of North Harmony on September 16, 2023 at approximately 9:11 p.m. resulted in DWI charges for an Asheville resident. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office responded to a single motorcycle accident with Levi M. Trask identified as the operator. Trask, a 52-year-old male from Asheville, New York, was promptly transported to Hammett Hospital for treatment of his injuries. Upon further investigation, it was determined that Trask was allegedly driving while intoxicated. He is now set to face the DWI charges at the North Harmony Court on a later date and time. Well, in other news, on September 17, 2023, a local man was arrested by the Jamestown Police Department Violent Crime Unit following a routine traffic stop near 311 Fluvanna Avenue. At approximately 2:13 a.m. on September 17, 2023, officers from the Jamestown Police Department Violent Crime Unit conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle in the vicinity of 311 Fluvanna Avenue due to alleged traffic violations. The operator of the vehicle, identified as Felix J. Santiago Bahamundi, was found to have a suspended driver's license. Upon investigation and with the owner's consent, officers conducted a search of the vehicle. During the search, they discovered a loaded Glock 17 semi-automatic handgun along with two 17-round magazines. Additionally, a significant quantity of individually packaged cocaine, allegedly intended for sale, and a quantity of heroin were found on Felix's person. As a result, Felix J. Santiago Bahamundi was taken into custody without incident and transported to the Jamestown City Jail. He now faces charges of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree, criminal possession of a weapon in the third degree, criminal possession of a controlled substance in the third degree, and criminal possession of a controlled substance in the seventh degree, in addition to receiving traffic citations. Felix is currently held pending arraignment in Jamestown City Court. Well, in other news, on September 16, 2023, a 62-year-old man was apprehended by state police for charges of allegedly driving while impaired by drugs and criminal possession of a controlled substance in the seventh degree. Ronald M. Eason, 62, was arrested in response to a report of a suspicious individual on Rockland Avenue in Clarence. Troopers discovered Eason inside his vehicle during their investigation. Eason allegedly exhibited signs of impairment during questioning, leading troopers to conclude that he had been operating his vehicle while impaired. Upon searching the vehicle, troopers found narcotics, leading to Eason's immediate arrest. He was subsequently transported to Millard Fillmore Hospital, where he underwent a blood test. Eason was later released with appearance tickets, scheduled to appear in Clarence Town Court on a future date. Well, in other news, a Salamanca Man was apprehended on September 12, 2023 at approximately 12:05 p.m. following a traffic stop on Route 219 North in Ellicotville, New York, in connection with a felony bench warrant issued by the Niagara County Sheriff's Office. On the afternoon of September 12, 2023, law enforcement officers arrested Dwayne T. Solomon, age 41, residing at 355 Rochester Street, Apartment 3 in Salamanca, New York, 14779. The arrest occurred during a routine traffic stop on Route 219 North in Ellicottville, New York at around 12:05 p.m. Mr. Solomon was taken into custody pursuant to a felony bench warrant issued by the Niagara County Sheriff's Office. Following the arrest, Mr. Solomon was transported to Erie County and subsequently handed over to the Niagara County Sheriff's Office. The specific details regarding the warrant were not disclosed at this time. Well, in other news, we have a sex offender relocation notice. Juan Jose Morales has moved from 1 North Branch Road, Room 123 in Cuba, New York 14727 to 838 Lafayette Street, Upper Jamestown, New York 14701. As WNY News Now continues, a motivational speaker took the stage at the Northwest Arena today to speak with students all across Chautauqua County. And later, Alzheimer's affects countless individuals and their families, and we take a look at a family who is raising awareness for the disease through music. Stay with us as WNY News Now will be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You are loved. resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Trayvon Jennifer isn't just a two-time gold medalist Paralympic athlete, he's also a motivational speaker. He made an appearance at the Northwest Ice Arena in Jamestown, New York today to speak to school children from across the county about overcoming struggles and following your dreams. Our very own Andrew Stevenson managed to get an interview with Patrick Smeraldo, owner of Collaborative Children's Solutions, who organized the event. Take a look.
Hi, Patrick Smeraldo from Collaborative Children's Solutions. Just here this morning at the Northwest Arena with Paralympian Trayvon Jennifer and Harsh, his partner, his teammate, to speak to children from around Chautauqua County, high school and middle school students about adversity and fighting through, and to see what you can accomplish on the back end of that. And this morning was Chautauqua Lake, Frewsburg, Southwestern, some middle schools from Jamestown. We had Aspire, BOCES, and the Resource Center here. As far as ways, Silver Creek, Salamanca, and this afternoon Jamestown High School will be coming down.
So how did this event come together?
That was weird. It wasn't that weird, but a friend of mine, so we do a bunch of things Collaborative Children's Solutions do, and my friend Keith Martin, who is the general manager of the arena, this doesn't happen without him, John Kinder, and their staff. You know, he has the arena here, and a friend of mine, Jim Minocchio, who teaches at Jamestown High School, was actually with Trayvon at Edinburgh. Trayvon went to Edinburgh, so he was with him there. And Jim Minocchio had texted me and said, hey, you know, if you ever want to have Trayvon come in and speak to kids, I can help you arrange that. And he did, and that's basically how it happened.
Seemed like it was a good turnout, or the kids liked it.
Yeah, there were 1,200 kids here this morning, about 1,350 this afternoon. So in two performances, 2,500 kids here in Chautauqua County, which is, you know, and that's what we, like when we partner with the arena and things like that, that's what we're looking to do is partner, and like the arena was the spearhead in this. I mean, we were just along for the ride on this one, but, you know, partnering with agencies and facilities and partners to bring opportunities like this to Jamestown for people. Sure.
Anything else you want to share?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Well, in other news, New York's pay transparency law requiring employers with 4 or more employees to disclose compensation ranges in job advertisements took effect on Sunday, September 17, 2023, promoting fairness and equity in the workplace. Employees celebrated the implementation of New York's pay transparency law, which went into effect on Sunday. The legislation, signed by Governor Hochul last year, mandates that all businesses across the state with 4 or more employees must include compensation ranges in job, promotion, and transfer opportunity advertisements. The New York State Department of Labor Commissioner Roberto Reardon highlighted that this law symbolizes fairness, empowerment, and recognizing individual worth, fostering a culture of equity in the workplace. The law applies to opportunities performed, at least in part, within the state of New York, including remote or telecommuting positions that report to a New York-based supervisor. Employers must provide minimum and maximum annual salary or hourly compensation ranges, acting in good faith. They must also specify if a position is commission-based. To assist businesses, workers, and job seekers, the NYSDOL has published a pay transparency fact sheet and FAQ document on their website. Proposed regulations for the law were published on September 13, 2023, with a 60-day public comment period. As part of its public outreach campaign, the New York State Department of Labor aims to educate 500,000 businesses, workers, and job seekers. They will also monitor compliance patterns in different industries and regions to ensure fair practices are upheld statewide. While in other news, Alzheimer's is a progressive disease that is unfortunately fatal. This disease affects over 6 million people and is one of the top leading causes of death in the United States, according to the CDC. In an effort to spread awareness about the illness, a collaborative event was held on Sunday at the Tanglewood Manor. Our Alyssa Wright has more.
A few months back, probably closer to a year, in planning for the annual walk, Christine and I used to work together, and she had a concept that I was behind 100%, and it was a benefit concert. I lost my mom, Claire's grandmom, to Alzheimer's 7 years ago, and that's why my family is so heavily involved. It is our passion, it is our purpose, and we raise awareness everywhere we go. And Christine had this wonderful idea of a concert, and it's been something she's been wanting to try for a while. So in February, I met Zach at a meeting. He gave me his phone number. It was at a networking meeting, and I called him on the way back and I said, "Hey, how are you? Have you ever thought about doing a concert on your premises? Because I've got someone you need to meet."
Just like Dana said, this is something because my mom suffers from Alzheimer's as well, and my family's very musical. My husband's the lead singer for Blue Morning, and through my work at the Office for Aging, learning about music therapy, learning what it does to stimulate the brain, it reduces anxiety, and it helps caregivers as well. It just made sense. I have a husband who's a great singer. I work for the Office for Aging. My mom has Alzheimer's. Let's see if we can't put something together and raise funds for the Alzheimer's walk.
Alzheimer's disease is a progressive brain disease that is actually fatal. I think a lot of people have a misconception that it's just something we live with, that we survive with, but it's something that can last for up to 20 years in an individual. So it's really important to understand not only what that person is going through throughout each stage of the disease, but how it affects the family, how it affects our community, and what we can do to bring awareness to it and really support both the person who's living with Alzheimer's or any type of dementia and their caregivers, their families, and really rally behind them. So one way that we do that is through our annual Walk to End Alzheimer's for Chautauqua County from the Alzheimer's Association of Western New York. That is next week, September 23rd at Point Gratiot Park in Dunkirk. So really wonderful day, a great way to create that community and let us know that we're not alone. We have people who are supporting us at every end.
We were honored to be able to present the area here, to be able to provide the venue for Music for Mom. You know, as we say all the time, this is kind of the hidden gem right off of Fairmont Avenue. You know, we have a 4-acre park, 3 ponds, and the floating stage over here, which is just a great venue, and it's a great asset to have for our residents.
There are several ways that those interested can get involved, such as donating or becoming a volunteer. The Chautauqua County Office for the Aging is located at 7 North Erie Street in Mayville, New York, and can be contacted by calling 716-753-4471. Well, coming up next, get ready to cast your votes as we meet candidates from the Renew Ellicott Coalition. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and every day. First Defense Weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. Let's take a look at the almanac for today. We made it to a high of 68 degrees yesterday in the city of Jamestown, which is a couple of degrees below where our average should be. Our low for yesterday was 45, and the records for today 90, set back in 1955. The record low of 29, set back in 1986. Let's take a look at the NOAA 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, which spans September 25th through the first day of October, which continues to show above average temperatures across the northeast and the Great Lakes region. So we're looking at, if the average temperatures in the lower 70s, we're looking at temperatures around this period in the mid to upper 70s. So nothing too overly unbearable, but temperatures are still projected to be above average. Future scan for the next 24 to 48 hours through the evening hours into the overnight hours tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy skies. Can't rule out a couple isolated showers across the region as a system continues to move through the region. A few isolated showers and some clouds to start our day off on Tuesday. But as high pressure builds back into the region, we should go partly to mostly sunny skies for the rest of the afternoon, and then partly to mainly clear skies Tuesday night into Wednesday, and we're pretty much going to be dry for the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is looking dry with high pressure in control. Our next best chance for any rain doesn't look like will come until sometime over the weekend, so we're going to take a look at the GFS long range model for this, which brings a system from south to north across the region sometime Saturday and Sunday. Now we're still a few days out and models aren't exactly accurate this early on, so we'll keep an eye on this as the models get more accurate as time gets closer. But it does look like some rain and thunderstorms will be returning back to the region sometime this weekend. Your forecast for tonight, again, mostly cloudy skies, partly to mostly cloudy with some inland fog developing across the valley locations. Overnight lows will range from the upper 40s in the valleys to the mid to upper 50s near the immediate Lake Erie shoreline. Forecast for tomorrow, after some early clouds and fog, PM sunshine as the sun breaks out. Stray shower can now be ruled out early in the morning with highs tomorrow ranging from the mid to upper 60s. And now that 7-day outlook powered by Ultimate Solutions. So again, high pressure builds in tomorrow. We're pretty much dry for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Temperatures will be climbing back to the lower 70s by the middle to the end of the week. And as of now, we're going to call Saturday dry for now, but we'll keep an eye on that next system, which will bring some rain at least back to the region by Sunday and into early next week with temperatures generally in upper 60s to the lower 70s.
Andrew, thank you. Well, with election time rounding the corner, we'd like to take some time to go over the candidates from the Renew Ellicott coalition who are running for office in the town of Ellicott. Please note that we at WNY News Now do not endorse any political candidates, nor are we accepting political advertising. This segment is only meant to inform viewers of candidates running for office. Running for town clerk is Adrienne Swanson, who believes that her expansive career background will help her efficiently execute the duties of the position. Ms. Swanson has worked as a National Comedy Center operations supervisor, a legal assistant at the Chautauqua Region Law Center, a plan room coordinator at Builders Exchange Southern Tier, a customer service representative at Abers Acres, and a central service technician and operating room attendant at WCA. She is running on a platform of transparency and maintaining high ethical standards. The people of Ellicott deserve a town clerk who is not just efficient and knowledgeable, but also unwaveringly honest, Swanson states. I am fully committed to bringing transparency, legal integrity, and responsible leadership to the office. Next, we have Justice Marilyn Garashi, who is running unopposed on the Democratic, Conservative, and Working Families lines for the position of Ellicott Town Justice. Justice Garashi has served as a town justice for the past 32 years and has expressed gratitude to the Ellicott citizens who petitioned to keep the position from being abolished. I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to those who showed support and thank the over 325 Ellicott residents who signed the petition against the abolishment of the town justice position in the Ellicott Town Court. The collective voice of our community, alongside a resounding opposition from the legal sector, prompted the Ellicott Town Board to rescind their previous resolution, said Justice Garachi. She went on to emphasize the power of collective action. Our united stance has showcased that when a community stands together and voices their convictions, it prompts those in authority to reconsider their decisions. The solidarity shown by our community and legal peers showcases the power of our collective voice. Such experiences only heighten my resolve to serve Ellicott with dedication. In addition to being town justice for the last 32 years, she is currently employed as a dean of the Social Science and Business Division and director of Criminal Justice and Public Safety Program at Jamestown Community College. She also played a pivotal role in coordinating the centralized arraignment program for Chautauqua County. And for our last candidate today, we have Todd Beckerink, who is running for town supervisor. Mr. Beckerink has served on the Faulkner School Board for 19 years and is running on a platform of preserving excellence and stabilizing costs. In addition to his service on the school board, Mr. Beckerink has filled many positions in law enforcement, for serving as a part-time sheriff's deputy in Chautauqua County, an investigator for the DEA's office, a member of the county forensics team, and working on the Buffalo Bills detail with the Erie County Sheriff. Well, that concludes the candidates we'll be talking about today. Tomorrow we'll go over the candidates from the coalition running in each of the 4 wards. If you want more details on the candidates, we will have articles published today and tomorrow for each individual running. You also can go to the Renew Ellicott Coalition's website, which is renewellicott.com. Coming up next, what has 4 legs, a long neck, and is super fluffy? The answer is coming up.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing. After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this. You will find something.
You will find something new.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Our Alyssa Wright put on her muck boots and visited Walker's Alpaca Farm as part of the Chautauqua-grown Open Barn Doors Day. The event aimed to showcase several farms throughout the county and bring appreciation to the agriculture industry.
My mom and dad are the ones that started the farm, and I've kind of just mostly helped out. Me and dad have done a lot of the building. Mom does all the fancy stuff with the fleece and the selling, and I've kind of taken over the breeding and all that kind of stuff for them because they can be a little hard to handle. So.
Now, I heard this wasn't something that was like thought out and it was like, oh, this is my lifelong dream. It was, we bought an alpaca, now we need a barn.
Yeah, so my mom has always kind of had harebrained ideas, and we've grown up raising, of course in this area there's farms everywhere, but we grew up raising pigs and stuff like that. And it was always one of the things that she kind of wanted, and then she brought it up, and next thing you know, it's like, well, we kind of need to build a barn because I have some on their way. And it's like, what do you mean? We only went to one farm. We're like, yeah, the ones that we talked about, we're bringing them home. It's like, okay. So the one barn over there was built kind of in a hurry, and then fences were put up, and over time in the last year, we've kind of got to this fence over here and redid the paddocks on this side.
How many alpacas do you have?
At the moment, we have 11. We have 9 females and 2 males.
Wow. Now, I know we were talking, they have different personalities, but overall, are alpacas friendly?
Typically, they're pretty friendly to, like, people. They can have their bad days kind of like anything else. Like right now, like the males have been spitting at each other. That's just because one of the females have, come into heat. But typically, no, they all have their own personalities, and they're fairly friendly. Some of them you can hand feed carrots. Bailey, one of our younger females, you get in the pen with her, you can hug her and all kinds of stuff like that. But they also can get overwhelmed. So there's been a lot of people in and out today. So they're all kind of at their, not limit today, but I bet within the next hour or so you're going to see them just kind of standing off by themselves and not wanting to deal with people as much.
So why is an event like the Chautauqua Grown Open Barn Doors Day so important?
I think it gets a lot of people out and to see like, oh, well, you know, there's farms. Not that it's a dying art, I guess you would say, but, you know, growing up here 25, 30 years ago, everybody had a farm or a little bit of cows here, raising pigs, and not a lot of people do that. So it gets people, you know, educated about like what some of the animals can do. Like some of our cattle farms are doing, you know, a lot of things are going robotic. So they're like, oh, you know, this is a lot different than what maybe your grandparents grew up with. But also, like, I noticed like kids love it and seeing the animals they probably don't see every day, or, you know, if they're in the city, they don't see at all. So it gets them to at least learn something, and, you know, we try to educate as much as we can. And, you know, well, with the alpacas, they're just fun, and everybody seems to love them because they're fluffy. But yeah, it gets people out from the norm, you know. And a lot of times, a lot of farms aren't open doors to, you can't just stop and see. Like ours, we have the gift shop, so we're open most weekends and stuff like that, and love giving tours. But like, you know, the dairy farms and goat farms, it's hard to catch people because a lot of farms aren't all day, you know, that's their only job. Some of them do like bus driving and all their jobs, so it's hard to catch them. And when they do, most of them are tired. They want to go home. They're done with the day. They milk and they go home. But yeah, it gets the doors open for people to see things that maybe they don't get to see every day and learn something new.
You can visit Walker's Alpaca Farm and Gift Shop during business hours at 544 Railroad Avenue in Cherry Creek, or visit their Facebook page. Well, that's going to be it for us today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We're also on channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. Thank you for watching.